Hi, this is Melissa. I hope you all are doing okay. I am so glad that you are here with me today. I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions, and these are a couple of questions that I'm also asking myself. How are you doing? How are you? And are you taking care of yourself? And these questions just kind of popped into my head this morning, and I was thinking, gosh, so many of us are taking care of other people. We are taking care of our children. We're taking care of spouses, our significant others. Some of us are taking care of parents. And I'm just wondering, are you filling your cup? Because how can we pour into other people's lives if our cup is empty? And so we need to take time to fill our own cups and to recharge. And there's several things that I do every day to try to do that. And of course, there are many ways to do this, but I'm just going to kind of share with you some of the things that I try to do every day. I've shared some of this already on like Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and so forth, YouTube, and kind of more so in a written format. But one of the things that I do every day, in fact, this is usually the first thing I do, is I read the Bible before I leave my room. I will not leave my room until I have read my Bible. And y'all, I haven't always done it. I haven't always read the Bible every day. Another thing that I will do before I leave my room is I pray. Those things are just non-negotiables for me. I have to do those things to try and get my day off to a good start. I also try to write down at least 3 things that I'm thankful for every day. And I miss the mark on that sometimes. I mean, I might get to it later in the day, or maybe a day or 2 or so before I actually get to that list. But the research shows that showing gratitude is so good for us in so many ways. And I love how God in the Bible gives us commands, things that we should do. Give thanks. And it's good for us to even to do that. So it's like, you know, we do what he says, and there are so many different benefits, so many blessings for doing those things. Another thing that I try to do every day is to reach out to close family and friends. And sometimes I don't get to it so early, and they will reach out to me. They'll send me a good morning or a good afternoon or a good evening meme or a GIF, and I try and do the same thing for them, because we weren't put here to do life on our own. We were put here to do life as a community, and I haven't always really felt that way. Truth be told, I am more of an introverted person who can extrovert herself when necessary. There may be a word for that. I don't know if it's ambivert, something to that effect. I'll have to check it out. But I'm somewhere in the middle. But it's just been recently that I have really began to understand the value of just reaching out to family and friends on a daily basis. It's just good for us to do that. Another thing that I try to do daily is to make sure I get outdoors. Spend some time in nature. Even if it's just 5 minutes, to just go out and put my phone down and observe the wonder of God's creation. It's fall and it's my favorite season, so to just sit and watch the different color leaves just trickle from the trees is so relaxing. I may be sitting out there and I notice, hey, there's a new bird's nest. A bird or two has created a nest. How wonderful. Or I may catch the crane who comes by and visit his spot on a daily basis. But just to put my phone down and sit and try and take in the wonder of God's creation that is this planet. It's just good for us to spend some time outdoors every day. So another thing that the research tells us is good for us is to have a pet. When my oldest daughter Kayla was trying to get me to adopt one of the rescued bunnies from the shelter, I was like, ain't nobody getting no bunny. And I said that for a while. And then we ended up getting our rescue bunny, Cicely, who is the sweetest thing in the world. She's just the sweetest. And so we thought, we were rescuing her, but it turns out I believe that she has returned the favor and rescued us many times over. Some people would call her an emotional support bunny, but they're just, every day I make sure that I spend time petting her. If I don't get to her in time, she'll come to me, and she'll just come doing her extra high hops, which we call binkies, and that lets us know that she's happy. But she'll binky her way over to me, and I just kind of look at it as God's way of reminding me that I need to spend some time with this wonderful, wonderful pet. Another thing that I try to do, and I have gotten out of practice of doing this on a regular, is exercising. Now I'm gonna tell you the truth. When I'm suiting up in my workout clothes, most days I don't want to do it. I don't want to work out. But the interesting thing about it is, as soon as I start, whether it's a Just Dance or a walking video or taking a walk outside, as soon as I step down off my steps, I feel instantly better. It's an instant reward that God gives us just for taking care of our body temples that He has given us. And another thing, speaking about our physical health, is of course making sure that we are getting the checkups that we need to when we need them. Because of course there's some health issues that can be remedied earlier, sooner, if we catch them sooner. And so many of us have good health care, that they will remind us to come and get that mammogram. They will remind us to come and get that colonoscopy. So they will even send you a little colonoscopy kit in the mail for you to send them a sample, but you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, they'll send texts, they'll send emails, and I'm thankful that they get those reminders into us. Also, are you taking some time for yourself? And I asked that question because it was my birthday last month, and my oldest daughter Kayla treated me to a night at a very nice hotel in Atlanta. And I realized at that point that it had been probably nearly 13 years since I had spent the night without my children. And it's not something that I had really thought about, because I enjoy my children. But I was like, I think the only time I've spent the night away from them was one night in the hospital. And that's not good. But it was nice to be in the hotel just to enjoy some just downtime where I didn't have to do anything. And even though there was a television in the room, I chose not to watch the news. I just chose to chill. And so it was so nice, and that was a way of recharging and filling my cup, because we cannot pour into others what we don't have. And so, I'm just urging you today, take some time for you, and whatever works for you. These are just some of the things that I do. There are all kinds of ways for you to take care of yourself, mentally, spiritually, and physically. And it's so important that you do, because of course, if we're going to be there for our loved ones, we want to be there for them as long as we can. And taking care of ourselves is just sometimes, it's just what's built into our daily routine. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go, y'all, because this video is probably the longest one that I've ever done, so I'm not going to stay on here any longer. But please go and be blessed and feel good today. If I could hit the right button, y'all.